Hi, welcome to Virobus. I'm Steve.
I'm David Raehpour.
David, it's good to have you back again today.
Thank you very much.
David, the last time we talked, we were talking about how important it is for new entrepreneurs to find mentors.
Yes.
You gave us some statistics last time. Review
Yes.
those statistics.
Sure. According to the Economic Bureau, 79% of early stage companies and first-time entrepreneurs fail.
79%.
But when you package them with a mentor, someone who's been there, someone who has seen the good, seen the bad, succeeded and failed, they succeed 87% of the time.
Wow.
So it's important to seek out advice and to seek out people who've been there before.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm a new entrepreneur.
Yeah.
How the heck do I identify, find, and approach mentors?
Well, certainly that's what Touchstone Venture Management
Which
does.
is your company. So,
Absolutely.
so this is the shameless promotion of your
Exactly,
company.
yes,
Okay,
so
but it is what you do. And there
Absolutely.
Are other, and our viewers are going to be possibly around the world.
You bet.
So not all of them can come to you. So what should they look for? How should they approach it?
So there are a number of different groups across the country that focus on these types of things. Most every region has angel networks associated with that. And an angel network is, of course, a group of investors who group themselves together who make investments in early stage companies. And they are accredited according to the Security Exchange Commission, and there's a lot of litmus tests. We'll get into that kind of stuff later.
But there is literally there are criteria to be qualified as an angel investor.
Absolutely.
Okay.
There's criteria for that. As a matter of fact, there are some regulatory changes that may be coming with respect to that, but we can get into that a little bit later.
Yeah.
But angel investment groups are a great place to start, and most large communities have angel networks within them. And how do you find those? Well, there are.
Yeah, I was going to say, is there a directory of angel investors?
There are some directories
Really?
of angel investors. I'll find you the website so we can post those.
Okay, we'll link those down below.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
right. But in addition to that, there are government-sponsored agencies in most communities. For instance, in our community right here, we have people like Wichita Technology Group, and we have KTEC at the state level, which is the Kansas Technology Enterprise Corporation. And these folks also know where all these mentors are and where all these various different things is. And as a matter of fact, I was a mentor, inaugural mentor in KTEC's pipeline program here in the state.
Excellent.
Yeah, so I know, I can tell you that there are excellent organizations out there that can help you find mentors that are specific to your space.
Okay, so you kind of identify the people.
Yes.
How do you approach them? Are they expecting entrepreneurs to approach them?
Sure. These are people who specifically want to have great ideas brought to them. They look for these great ideas. They look for driven and passionate entrepreneurs with superb business potential. And I say superb business potential because you don't have to have all the answers when you approach them. They're going to help guide you. They're going to help you understand, is my value proposition articulated correctly? Am I taking this product in the right way? Or if I took 2 steps to the right, do I find $1 billion market? Yeah. And oftentimes you'll find those kinds of things. You know, and a mentor is going to take you through a few different steps that are important. One of the first steps they're going to take you through is evaluating your market size.
Okay.
That's critical for an investor. An investor obviously
Customers
wants a return.
are really good for a business.
Absolutely, aren't they? That's exactly right. You know, one of my pet peeves are people who, business entrepreneurs and things like this, who evaluate their market size from the top down. I'll give you an example, right? Let's say that you made lug nuts for your car, right? You make lug nuts. That's your business, right? The lug nuts, the screw the tire on, right? And you say, well, what's your market size? And the entrepreneur replies to you, well, there are $380 billion worth of automobiles sold every year. If I can get 1% of that, I'm great.
Yeah.
Well, I don't care what the overall market size is. I care about how many lug nuts are sold, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's an easy example. You know, everybody can understand that. But most businesses aren't quite that simple and straightforward. Yeah. So you really have to peel the onion back to get to these kinds of answers. And a mentor will help you do that.
Mentors help you with those kinds of questions.
Yes.
Okay, so when you approach a mentor, do you approach one? Do you approach a couple?
Right. So most of the time when you're dealing with an angel investment group or you're dealing with, some incubators and things like this, which is another great place where you'll find mentors, or state organizations like K-Tech and things like that, and many other states have things that are familiar with that. There's an application process that you go through, and they're going to ask, sometimes there's a fee for that, but it's usually a nominal fee, $50, $100, not anything that's going to break the back of the entrepreneur. You know, I would be very wary if someone asks you for a $5,000 application fee. Okay, there's a reason they're asking you for that. Okay,
They're making all their money.
there
up front.
you go. Exactly right. So really, these application fees are very nominal, and they'll ask you some information about your business. They'll want to know what business you're in, and they'll want you to answer all these various different questions. And if you fill those things out, oftentimes, if you've got an interesting value proposition, you're going to get a call back, and they're going to proceed with you. More than that, though, there's no reason why you can't pick up the phone and call people. Pick them up, ask a question. Who do you know who does this? Who do you know who does that? How can I get some help? Just hustle it around, just like you're doing anything. That's a good characteristic of a lot of entrepreneurs. They're not afraid to pick up the phone and hustle.
Yeah, Dave, I've spent much of my career working with K-12 kids.
Oh, sure.
And one of the things I've recognized is when we take a student who has a sincere interest in whatever topic, and you find an adult that's interested in that topic, the relationship blossoms. I assume it's the same thing. A mentor loves to have an entrepreneur that's passionate and inspired coming to them, because they're on the same wavelength, aren't they?
Absolutely. It's a high entertainment value for the mentor, right? Sometimes you're dealing with folks, sometimes they're retired, sometimes they're not retired. You never know. They're in all stages of their career, but in almost all cases, they share that passion of being able to take an idea and grow it into a business and see it blossom. It's something that really people get a kick out of.
Well, hey, thanks. Let's get together and do more of these.
Sounds good, Steve.
Thanks, and see you next time on Virobus.